go ahead and thumbs up my video. Do not forget to subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Hi guys, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am sharing some pretty important, exciting news. It is currently October 24th. As you can tell by the title, you know what this video is about. I wanted to share some of the challenges as well as some of the positives that came as a result of those challenges. I just wanted to give you guys the raw, authentic. So just a little bit of information. I enlisted into the United States Air Force January 12th of last year. I am currently in Airman first class. I am in E3, that's the pay grade. What I'm about to tell you all about is something that is not a guarantee to anyone. This is merely fate. No, but honestly, that's what it is. The next rank would be an E4. The E4 rank is Senior Airman. I want to be real specific with you all on this whole process. Enlisted airmen are held to a regimented promotion cycle to advance from Airman first class to the next rank of Senior Airman. Traditionally, you'd compete either 36 months time in service and 20 months time in grade, or 36 months time in grade, whichever comes first. For a select few airmen, an opportunity to promote early presents itself through below the zone promotions. Senior Airman below the zone is a one-time, keyword one-time, advancement consideration to earn the rank of Senior Airman from the rank of Airman First Class 6 months before the standard fixed promotion date. The opportunity is afforded to those airmen who show exceptional performance and carry out duties at a level above their current rank. Airmen are selected for nomination by their chain of command based on a culmination of scores for job performance in their primary duties, leadership and followership, whole airman concept, cross-flow activities, and finally, an in-person interview. During the interview process, Board of Senior Leaders reviews a bulleted package of the airman's major accomplishments and attributes. That is pretty much Senior Airman below the zone as far as a definitive concept of what it actually is. Now I'm going to kind of explain just for my whole process and me transitioning into my below the zone window. Just FYI, it is partly your leadership's responsibility to let you know about when your below the zone window is available. However, I will provide a link to an actual calculator that will calculate your projected dates for when you put on Senior Airman below the zone, or when you're eligible to put on for Senior Airman below the zone. And it's really accurate. It's actually what I used months ago when I was like, let me see what this is about. So keep in mind, just because I'm interested in below zone or whatever, it didn't mean that I was gonna get it. I was just curious one day, wanting to know what it was. So I looked up and I figured out my projected dates. There are certain time frames that boards will meet for below the zone members. I'm not 100% accurate on those meeting times, but I know it's pretty often. But anyway, so I found out that I would be eligible around the time frame of, actually I'm gonna put it in the calculator. I want to give you guys as much information as possible so you can do what you will with it. So it's a USAF, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks like that. It says USAF BTZ calculator. So the first one is, when did you enter the Air Force? And then the second question is, what is your date of rank for A1C? So mine would be the same because I entered with that rank. All right, so projected promotion dates. Your BTZ board will be September 2022. Now, my board was September 12th. We're gonna go all the way back to August when I started meeting for the boards. This is not, from my understanding, like standard across Air Force leadership or whatever, but ideally you would like for your leadership to practice with you. And if you guys are not in a position where your leadership is doing that, then there's, I'm sure, resources out there to help you, like my YouTube video, to help prepare you for your BTZ board. I think that these are very beneficial, and I'm actually extremely grateful for the opportunity to practice beforehand. You practice in full service dress, so you will be in full service dress for your actual BTZ board. You are going to take the most direct route. There will be a chair, so you'll just position yourself as close to the middle as possible in the chair. So you're gonna be in front of the chair directly. You're gonna walk straight to it, and you're gonna stand at the position of attention. My practice board, the very first one, I had just practiced with my supervisor and my flight chief, and this was super embarrassing, but it's what happens and it's life. Don't knock yourself down for it. It happens, right? So I walk in full service dress, and I'm like, all right, I got this. Most direct route. Y'all, I mark time marched for probably, it felt like forever, but it was probably about 5 seconds. But still, that's not part of it. Do not mark time march, y'all. But I had already messed up, right? So I, for some reason, was like, I need to stop, I don't know, it was weird. But just march up there. Okay, don't be like me and mark time march and then everybody's gonna laugh at you. It's just embarrassing. They asked me questions. Now the questions are going to be about Air Force history. You should be given a binder with all that information as far as like Air Force history. I know my superintendent sent out that information weeks before the board just to prepare, and I also was talking to another airman who got BTZ, and she gave me her binder with all that information. I have actually passed that binder on to another airman that will be going up for BTZ next year. So it's just kind of like we're all helping each other out. Ask questions when you need to. Especially from someone who has already experienced it. I gained a lot of insight that way as well. You do need to research on current events. Now, y'all, I'm not super like knowledgeable about, you know, every little aspect of what's going on across the entire globe. I do have enough knowledge to be able to formulate an opinion on certain stances, and that's what it's about. And even if you don't necessarily know what you're talking about fully, just make it sound like you do. It's about how confident you are when you respond to a question. I'm gonna just give you guys a practice question. So what are the 3 Air Force core values? Simple question. What are they? Like, you know, the questions aren't super difficult or anything like that. It's just an example. That could be a question. Now, when they ask you the question, you are going to respond the way that they gave it to you, correct? I'm gonna sound crazy for a second, but Airman Monroe, what are the 3 core values of the Air Force? Your response will sound something like this. Ma'am or sir, the 3 core values of the Air Force are integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Thank you. One thing that I also got out of practice boards, whenever you're given a question, just end it. Just end your question. Whenever you're done, just say thank you. Oh, my husband calling me. Hey, babe. Second board came up, and I was confident. I thought I was so nervous, and it's okay to be nervous, but I was so nervous to the point where my entire voice sounded ridiculous. It was just like in and out. It was super shaky, just so clear that I was nervous, but I just didn't want them to think like, is she okay? Is she this nervous where she cannot like lead or, you know, function? It was just weird. I actually ended up kind of having an emotional breakdown, not like, oh, boo, like in front of people, because I don't do that, but I definitely got emotional and I was very stressed out, and it started to take a toll on me. I am huge on translating my feelings and, you know, allowing people to really see the type of person that I am. Fortunately enough, I have an amazing supervisor who really guided me and kept telling me how important confidence was confident, what? Kept, I had a, what the hell? I have an amazing supervisor who kept instilling in me how important confidence was. Have confidence in the way that you walk into a room and you demand that attention from that audience or whoever's in that room. That is all BTZ is about. I really want you guys to understand that. I know that everyone gets nervous. Basic, tech school, everything makes us nervous. Somehow I feel extremely nervous, even more so in a military environment. There's really no reason for it. However, sometimes your body's gonna do what your body wants to do. And you're just like, damn, like, let me live, okay? Let me live. But again, sometimes you just cannot control it. One thing about my introduction, and this is nothing that I really got recommended to me, but this is just me as a person. I'm very like outgoing and bubbly and I love to laugh. And so I was like, you know, I gotta get them to laugh. I gotta get them to at least smile. If I don't get them to laugh, I need to get a smile. Part of my introduction was, hello everyone, or hello board members. My name is Airman First Class Summer Monroe. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. Some would say home of the best barbecue in the world, but I'm just saying. So something like that. And of course that's gonna like pique people's interest. Who doesn't like barbecue? You know, everyone has their own opinion on who is the world's best barbecue, whatever. But I knew that that was gonna be something that really captivated their attention. Like, oh, that's funny. Like, people really like stuff like that. So kind of like hone in on that. And if you have anything funny, really super interesting, whatever, share it. That's just part of my introduction. And I had to, you know, really like let my personality shine through. If that's not your personality, don't do it. So remember, I had the emotional breakdown. My supervisor and I talked. He allowed me to press my reset button. I was offered to practice again, and that's exactly what I did. Of course, you know, being in that position at that time, I was like, do I really want to go back in there? But just me as a person, that's not me. I don't give up. I don't surrender to, you know, nerves. So I did. I went back in there. I just explained to them, like, I am extremely nervous. I am going to sound kind of crazy, but they just assured me, like, that's okay. Be transparent. Be who you are. So I practiced again. They offered me another opportunity to practice with another airman who didn't make the first boards, and I took full advantage of it. When I tell you my introduction sounded so good, like I didn't even stumble, like I was just really confident. We were also given an opportunity to actually look at the room where we also practiced. Very advantageous. That following Monday, September 12th, is when I had my official board. I was in full service dress. I was super nervous just watching everyone come in because I was the last one from my squadron. I just went in there because obviously you can't like discuss the board. It's like we're all going against each other in a way, not in like a bad way, but like, you feel me? We're competing. And so there were 13 of us that went up. This is across the entire wing, so your entire base. These are all the airmen that are going up at that time, and that's who you are against. About 15% gets selected for BTZ. So it's really not a lot. So if 13 people are going up, 3 people are gonna get selected. We had 3 airmen put up from my squadron, or from my workplace, 2 from my squadron, and then 1 from the opposite squadron. And she says, can I have these airmen, or she said, it was so much suspense. We had 3 stripes to give out, and we took home 2. That could go either way. 3 of us, I had 2 competitors. She said, can I have these 2 airmen come up to the stage? Airman Monroe. When I tell y'all, she said my name first, I was like, and I remember sitting there for a second and like, I'm like, she just said my name, get up, get up. And so I get up and like, I just hear everyone, congratulations, and like, you know, clapping. And I was like on cloud 9. I really was, because I'm not saying that I knew by any means, like, oh, I knew, like, no. I really honestly truly did not know. And I just had confidence in how I felt for the board, that it translated well, and that I worked hard enough to get that recognition. My commander actually coined me, and so I just feel like in the military, if you know, you know. The way we look at coins, I feel like we're like Super Mario, a big game of Super Mario, and we're all just like looking for coins. Getting coin is a really big deal too. I get handed my certificate. My supervisor, you know, bought me gifts. You know, people I work with bought me gifts. It was just a really good day, and I just felt so special. I felt really like my hard work had paid off. I want to tell you guys that BTZ is not by any means mandatory. It's not guaranteed. It is a nomination. If you do not make BTZ, praise yourself for being nominated. That's a huge deal in itself. And I know y'all are probably like, man girl, you just saying it because you got BTZ. I would have said it regardless if I didn't get BTZ, because the type of person that I am, which is a very thoughtful and caring person, I would consider myself to be. The other airmen that did not receive a stripe, really, it was there in the back of my head. I'm not gonna be like one of those people who like don't give a shit about the next person. I definitely cared, and I always put myself in the position of others, because that could have easily been me, right? That could have easily been me sitting there feeling that disappointment, feeling that, you know, moment of like, I didn't win and people are looking at me and they know I didn't win. You know, that's just that feeling, and I know for a fact that that's what you will feel in that moment, because I had all my thoughts kind of prepared for that. I definitely understand that it is a nomination and how important it is just to be nominated. That means you were selected beyond your peers, whoever you're working with. You know, there's something that your leadership sees in you, and that's something that should be celebrated regardless if you win or not. I remember when I was doing all my research and things like that on the internet, especially YouTube, Brittany Willis, if you guys do not watch her, I'll have her information down in the description box. But that's someone that I really watched, and she also received BTZ. I remember looking at her like, dang, she got that? That's amazing. Like, I wanna be like her one day, and here I am. I know you guys, some of you guys watch me because of my Air Force content, whatever, but I hope you guys watch it too, just based on like who I am as a person. Like, that's who I want you guys to follow. I want you guys to really watch my story and my journey. I am super excited for all of the other future promotions. I'm excited for my career in the Air Force. If you guys enjoyed this video and you made it to the end, go ahead and thumbs up my video. Do not forget to subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. If you guys do not follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. This is where I'm the most active. I do respond to comments here on YouTube, so if you have any additional comments that you would like to be addressed, go ahead and leave those down in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching another video. Thank you for supporting my channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
She said, make a tension with it. Yeah man, jam camera body. Yo, is there? Wanna don't grind me? First thing on a bowl like me full of gun, heavy clip full of crocodile teeth. Everything get fuck when I read.